Welcome to Decades, hosted by Chris Rubio. Decades is a show made up of 5 generations of people brought together to discuss topics you wouldn't normally talk about with others. The goal of the show is to learn by having some good, possibly heated discussions, without losing the simple fact that it's okay to talk to different people with different opinions other than your own.
Good evening, everybody, it's evening, I guess, on the West Coast, too. Yep. Good evening, everybody. Here we are, Decades, the Mission, Episode 11, Mememapalooza. If you've been with us since the beginning, you guys know what Mememapalooza is. It's where we get some memes, we look at them, we laugh, we kind of interpret them, and so on. I'm your host. What, Jim? Yes.
I've been here from the beginning, and I don't know what Mememapalooza is. Was I on that show?
Have you been here since season 1?
No.
You haven't been here since season 1, and I was actually meant following us since season 1. In season 1 and 2, we had a lot of Mememapalooza. We did.
Okay.
If you go back and look at them, they were very politically oriented. So I'm sorry. That's what I meant. That's what I meant, Jim.
All right, I apologize for not doing my homework and sending.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We got it taken care of. You know, I'm like that. I'm not sure you tried. At least you know, Jim. You know what was funny is that I said you said what's a meme, and I explained to you what a meme was, right. And you don't even deliver an example of a meme.
Well, so
how is that?
I told you I was joking, and you laughed.
Yeah, but you were joking. But you see what the funny joke is that you didn't even bring a meme to the thing. But before we continue,
listen. I got one thing to say about that. Can I create my own meme?
Yes, sure. There are apps.
Yeah,
you got a meme. I have a meme generator.
I sent you one.
Where'd you send it?
Well, I put it on social media. The one where I got Frank Sinatra singing "Heaven, I'm in Heaven."
Okay, I missed that.
I didn't send that to you.
Yeah. No, I missed that. I probably don't follow you in whatever social media outlet that is. No, anyway, before we continue, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jim. Anyway, before we continue, as you can see, I'm hosting again. Your favorite host, Chris Rubio, is not with us tonight. I spoke with him today. He's down with the flu. We all really know it's probably Rona, but we'll call it the flu for Rubio's sake, because as he told me earlier, he doesn't get Rona. But anyway, Rubio, hope you're feeling better. We'll see you next time on the show. All right. As we said, we've got some memes we're going to look at. We're going to have some fun, just chat. But before we get into all that, let's talk about the Olympics. They've closed out. U.S. kicked ass, got all the golds and all the medals and so on. We did a good job.
They didn't get all the golds. They got some golds. Jeez.
They got 40, I believe.
Still think they got the most. We need to bring the Chinese, China. They were fighting the Australians on it, but that's all right. We got some wrestling gold. We got some weightlifting gold. We got some weightlifting medals. Anyway, here's the point. It's now LA 2028. We have our friend Alex, who's in the People's Republic of California. So, and the interesting thing is I saw that there's going to be no cars for the Olympics. It's all going to be public transportation. I think between like an 85-mile, like where all the venues are. Alex, what say you as a resident of California on that?
Okay, I don't think it's going to be no cars by 2028. It's a pipe dream of somebody who doesn't know what he or she is talking about. Okay. They're kind of, improving stuff. They're building a new subway line from downtown Los Angeles to Veterans Hospital in West LA, kind of close to where I live. We have like an expo line with like a light rail from downtown to Santa Monica now. They're building a thing called People Mover, so basically to relieve some traffic at LAX, to basically, they want to move all the parking lots from the airport outside, and the People Mover was supposed to, is supposed to bring people from the terminal outside of airport to those parking lots, so there are less cars and less traffic at LAX, because quite often it takes you less time to get to the airport, and then when you drive in the airport, inside of it takes you like 20-30 minutes to get to a terminal, okay, in rush hour. So
Alex, are you talking about the people movers they have at Dulles? You're familiar.
Yes. So
they've come out to Dulles and they're going to borrow our people movers.
Well,
what is it? Is it a giant?
It's like a monorail kind
escalator.
No, it's like a monorail train kind of thing, you know.
Train.
Yeah. So basically, the way it is today, it's like a couple years late, and it's 400 million over budget. That whole people mover, they claim they had to buy some land and settle some lawsuits. I mean, again, you know, it's government run, so it's always out of whack.
400 million. I would have expected a lot more.
No. It's over budget. It's over.
No, I know.
It's over budget. You know, I mean, what they estimated, like how many 5-6 years ago when the whole project was actually started, and the way I see, you know, stuff in LA right now with all the homeless and all the other stuff. If that stuff is not cleaned up, it's going to be a disaster. Okay?
But didn't Newsom just kind of go through and clean up all the homeless and push all the tent cities out somewhere?
Okay, he did a photo op and he did like an executive order. But for example, city of Los Angeles and county of Los Angeles don't want to do homeless cleanup the way Newsom wants to. They just want to let them still live in those tents under the freeways, under the bridges and stuff. So unless, there is some kind of a compromise, I don't see any cleanup as of yet in Los Angeles and surrounding areas, okay? Cities that don't like homeless to be around, they basically kick him out, like Beverly Hills kick him out, Manhattan Beach kicks him out, so they basically move to LA, Santa Monica, where they're allowed to roam free and to do whatever the heck they want, you know, including drugs and other stuff. So,
hey, I have a question for you, Alex, now that we've kind of gotten into this topic. So, you know, because the homeless population in California is always a topic because they always talk about it, and you talk about it here in DC as well. So I'm familiar. So because you go destroy the tent, you push them out of the tent cities, doesn't mean that there's where do you push them to? I mean, what is the homeless population in LA and DC and the major cities? What's the answer?
Well, okay. For example, in California, there is plenty of empty land, especially government-owned, like state-owned land, like east of Los Angeles, where you can create a huge tent city, you know, with like military-grade tents and move all the population there. I mean, and given an option, you know, to live that way, if they still want to stay in a tent, but so they don't live inside the city, you know, like in the center of the city, and then people cannot use sidewalks, okay? So, I mean, it has to be a compromise. And as of late, I mean, I've been living in Los Angeles for almost 30 years now, okay, and surrounding area. Until probably, I would say 6, 7, 8 years ago, the homeless problem was not as huge. I never seen as many homeless as I've seen as of last 5, 6 years, you know. So there are many reasons why, and there are many opinions to why. But again,
you know, Hey Jim, what do you think about? And we'll come to you, crazy man. Jim, what do you think about homeless? It's an issue in Philly. I mean, we saw homeless
of homeless.
How do you? Yeah, the topic. I mean, what do you do about it?
In relation to having the Olympics,
just in general? Just now that we've kind of gotten here, like, how do you fix it? What do you do about? I mean, as Alex said, there's many issues.
I don't think I'm smart enough to come up with.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just.
You know,
what's your opinion?
I think it sucks. I think it sucks. I think it sucks that we have that large of a homeless population, and you know, we don't necessarily have the ways or means to come up with a solution because I don't know. that population is too big, but they do seem to gravitate to warm metropolises. So
for sure.
I tend to stay away from that. And Alex, I'm thinking, how long is the Olympics going to be there?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's 2
so
weeks.
You either come take a 2-week vacation on the East Coast, or I don't know, move.
Or we get him to get us tickets, and we fly out and we stay with Alex.
I'm not going there.
Olympics.
No way.
Oh man.
No way.
Again.
I don't want to be on a people mover.
Wow,
So
Jim, expand your. There's more than just Ocean City, New Jersey. There's more.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Yeah. I'd rather go visit Rubio in Lewiston, Idaho, and see my first cousin. No offense to Alex or anybody in Los Angeles. I don't go to local sporting events. I should at least be at a Phillies game, but they stink right now.
No, come on. That's a whole nother subject. We could talk who stinks more.
Well,
Phillies or the Nationals.
No, you definitely stink more.
Well, another big problem with homelessness, like at least in Los Angeles, a lot of them are unfortunately mentally ill. Yeah. And or drug user. Okay, so and these people, they're trying to build some housing and some, apartments and some temporary hotels and motels, and those people cannot be forced to live in them. Okay, they just don't want to. And I'm not sure how do you solve the problem when somebody doesn't want to live in a nice accommodating facility, even when it's available. Okay, it's like a catch-22, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. But at some point, don't you? Exactly, it is a catch-22. So we got to find, it's like some would say, well, just let him live his life and let him be who he is, and so on. And the others would be like, lock him up forcibly. So at some point, we got to figure out society, not the four of us, because I don't think the four of us can figure ourselves out of a paper bag. But
come on, man, why are you lumping us into that? Alan, do you hear him? Maybe you.
Well, Alan, what is your thoughts on this? On the homeless? How do we? It's not any. What is your thoughts?
You can't hide them. Everybody knows that they're there. But if we stay out of and stop sending money overseas to a lot of different countries to help them rebuild from disasters and so forth, then we would have the money to build temporary housing, to help some of these individuals that are mentally ill to get that help that they do need, instead of opening our checkbook either to foreign nations or, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but illegal immigrants that are coming in and taking services away from
people,
our country. Last time I checked, if you look in the dictionary, it says illegal means against the law. Not, if you're going to do it, do it right. And a lot of people that have come to our country that have done it right, they're not happy with that. So they want to say, look, if you want to come in,
Alex,
you do it correctly.
Exactly. Yeah. And when people say, "Oh, immigration system is broken, it takes too long and too much and whatnot," hey, people still find ways to do it legally and without basically jumping over the border and then using schools and other stuff, and then there is not enough resources for anybody else. Okay, it's money just being stretched out in California, and that's the problem.
Jim, I'll come to you in a second, but I would argue the point that I think there is enough money to help support those nations that need support from us, because we are the USA superpower and we are kind of the big brother, if you will. And if done correctly, and hasn't been done correctly in a long time, to support those who are homeless and to help those who need help here. And there has to be there is a balance. If it's managed correctly, yes. Jim, then Alex. Let's Jim go, because Jim, didn't you have a comment?
Yeah, but you were almost steering me away from what I wanted to talk about.
No, go ahead, Jim.
So one of Alex's ideas, or I don't know if you said it was your idea, Alex, or the state of California, about the land, and they would put them out almost like a reservation is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, more or less. But it would be like a land where they would be living in tents, but it would be like more organized and stuff, not like scattered under freeways
Like
and stuff, you know.
community.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we've done that before during World War II with the Japanese and put them all in concentration camps.
But-
we also look at it where children that back in the 20s and 30s that had any special needs and so forth, they just threw them away. So we're only hiding the problem to get away from them.
So how do you fix it?
I don't think they would be quite as. I don't know. I don't know. So what happens when like Ed made the point about having to take care of them? Like there's going to be so many services geared there because they do. I mean, maybe that would help bring them some services that they need. But I mean, Ed, I think your idea is a little bit too fantastic to think that we could do all of that. I don't know.
What? Okay. Expand upon that, Jim.
Not enough money.
I don't want to.
What?
Show me a meme. Show me a meme.
No, we're okay.
Well, I think what you said was Alan made the point that we send a lot of money overseas to different countries.
Yep.
You were like, we need to take care of those people, but also take care of everything we have at home.
I would argue that there's a happy medium. There is a medium between the two.
Well, and here's where maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but our nation was always founded by the elite, the haves, and that's still going on at the mercy of the have-nots. So I think those numbers just get bigger and bigger for the have-nots.
That's I don't disagree with that.
That's just how I think, But I don't like talking about it. This is already getting too political. Let's put a meme up.
But Jim, God love you, brother.
Put a political meme up.
I love you, brother. But you know what? You can't hide from.
Yeah.
I ain't hiding. Well, I'm kind of hiding down here in South Jersey.
I'm not. Hey, how's it?
I don't have to worry about any of that LA stuff.
Hey, I have a question for. How is?
But my sister's out where you are.
Just a question for you, and then we're going to go to a break. I know in Loudoun County, where Alan and I live, it's one of the richest counties in the country. Alex has been here.
Mm-hmm.
There are homeless. They're literally homeless. There are people on the. You can go down to the local highways. There are people. You can argue if they're really poor or not. They are looking for help. Question, Jim, in Ocean City,
we have homeless. I deal with. Right across the bridge from Ocean City,
right.
There's a little bay town called Summers Point, and we have some tough situations, some tough family setups, and they struggle, and occasionally some of them end up homeless, so it's just not on the grand scale of numbers that you're talking about when you
right,
there, yeah, Alan said you can't hide them. They're there,
you can't hide them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. Good conversation. It was good spontaneousness. We're gonna go take a break. We're gonna get our tech. We're gonna get another tech tip. And then we're gonna come back and we're going to talk. We're gonna have some fun and look at some memes. All right, Jim. Have another sip of beer. Take a couple deep breaths.
I worked. I just got done work.
Oh, sorry, Jim. Sorry, Jim. I've been working all day. All right, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
All right.
This tech tip is on how to use Public Data Check Review. Public Data Check is a data broker that posts personal information online. To find out what information Public Data Check has about you, number 1, go to publicdatacheck.com and search for your listing. Number 2, check on your name and fill out the information. Number 3, they will use your email information to sell ads to their database and send you email. To avoid this, I recommend using a disposable email address like a mask email from Blur. To opt out of Public Data Check. Number 4, once they have sent you your report, send them an email with the information that they had, such as your name, address, and age, and request that the information be removed from their website. Do not send information that they do not have already. And if the information they have is incorrect, use it anyway. Number 5. After this, it is unclear how long it will take them to remove your information from their site. Be patient and persistent. This tip for a great show called Decade is brought to you by Alex on Tech.
Thank you, Alex, as always. As I said, I love your tech. We all love your text.
Hey, Ed. Hey,
What?
this will be the last thing for Jim for our political stuff. Political.
Not all be political.
I got my campaign
listening.
sign.
Oh, did you bring it in? All right,
I
here
brought
you go.
my campaign.
You got to see. Okay, guys. I went over
I gotta
to.
plug in here, or else I'm gonna lose everybody.
I don't know if it's.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Alan. Let Jim plug in first because he's got to see this. Because
All right,
I
I'm
was
looking.
I was over at Alan's the other day and I said I need one of these. Not exactly the same, but
Oh my God.
what do you do? Okay, welcome to Jim's setup. He's in his shed. It's not air conditioned,
Is this-
and let's
Is
look at
this
Jim
like full
full.
time?
We cooled off. We cooled off. It's nice right now.
Oh yeah, it is.
I got the door closed because I don't want any pterodactyl insects trying to attack me coming at the light.
Jim, what's your
Why
hat
am I
say?
the only one on here?
Because
That's
we're watching.
7th Street Surf Shop.
They paying you to wear that on here?
No, I just like the hat. I bought the hat.
All right. Hey, give him a shout out. Maybe
It's got
somebody's
a-
watching.
It's got a
got-
striped ass.
All right, there you go. 7th Street Surf Shop in Ocean City. Check them out.
There you go.
Dude, if you know things, plug them. Why not? I mean, if
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
people. Right now, we've got 2 people watching. So you were supposed to, dude. You were
Listen.
supposed to be. You kept yelling at me to help expand the horizon.
I'm in charge of the committee to increase viewership. I'm not
Yeah.
doing a very good job. Right?
You're not. No, actually, it's funny because
It's your
What-
fault though, Ed. I keep asking you for links ahead of time. You're like, they're there, get them, find them.
somebody teaches.
I'll call
Oh my
Alex
God.
up. Alex, help me get the Facebook link.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go. All right, we're gonna look at
What do
Alex's
you got,
name.
Larry?
All right, here we go. This. Oh, there you go.
Okay. Nice.
That's. There you go.
Yes.
I said
Nice.
That's 2024. Humans suck. That was when I went over to Alan's the other night. I saw that. I just
that's like a meme. You just did a meme.
that is a meme. That is
Is that
absolutely
Alan's meme?
That's
Come on.
Alan's meme. That was his unscheduled meme.
So there's obviously a lot of those signs out there, and that's not your idea.
I
No,
mean,
actually,
I couldn't find Pinky in the Brain. I was trying.
Mm.
So yes, so it was funny because when I pulled, Alan's not really political in that sense, and I pulled up to his house the other day and I saw the sign. I just saw the red and blue, and I could tell it was a political sign. I'm like, who the heck is he pushing, right? And
Hats.
so then I pulled in. As I pulled into his driveway, I looked. I was like, "Oh my god, that is hysterical!" And I need to get one for dogs
Oh,
or
I
something.
They do
stole
have.
my
Yeah.
thunder.
No, they have a dog
Funnier.
one.
Yeah.
They the other morning I had to pick up somebody was contributing to our campaign because there was a dead bird in front of the sign.
What's it?
I have a photo of it. So
Nice.
yeah, so
A real
we had
bird?
somebody stop
Was it
by.
a real bird?
It was a dead real bird.
Oh,
Oh my god, that is awesome.
that's kind of creepy, really.
Creepy, but here we go. All right, so the 2 people who are watching us. Thank you for watching us, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, my godmother is actually watching us on Instagram, our live Instagram feed. That's what we do now. I finally figured out how to do that, so we're on Instagram too. So welcome to
we
the
need to be
3
on
that
your
are
good
actually
behavior.
watching us. What's that?
We have to be on a good behavior for you.
No,
Yeah.
no. No, I just want to thank the 3 people that are watching us. Anyway, here it goes. This is from Alex.
Oh,
Yeah, we've all been
there. Oh, yeah. We all do that. We all do that.
I'm guilty as charged,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, what's funny, Alex, is that came in tamer than I thought that it would be. I thought you would become.
Ed's been posted a bunch of teacher ones I see lately.
Yes. Oh, hey,
Alan, you like these?
actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually. I got to give you. I got to get.
They're all spot on.
I got to give a shout out to my. It's good to give shout out to the 3 people watching because my brother here, Chris Brothers, we go back even further than Jim and I. Chris and I went to grade school together. So
hey, listen, what's the shampoo commercial? And they told 2 friends. Hey, Chris, go tell 2 friends.
Yes, well, yeah. Yes, Chris, you, Mark, and I, we're definitely going to do beer soon. Thank you, brother, for watching. I really appreciate it. So we all.
So I got
a
a question for Alan. Alan, are you a cat guy? You got cats?
Yes, we have 5 cats.
5 cats.
Is that including the ones that you set up for adoption, or is that just your cats?
We have 4 cats. We have 1 that we're fostering, and we just this past weekend sent out 6 cats.
Wow.
So my wife is.
So you're cat foster parents.
Well, my wife is. I just do what I'm told.
Yes, he does. Hey, speaking of which, sidetrack, when I was over there the other night, his wife, who's a wonderful person, came down and said they were going to take some of the ones that were fostering for adoption. How did that go? This past Saturday, I guess.
Yeah.
Did they go? Did all of them go?
Yeah, all 6. Yeah, all 6.
Oh, great.
So what I always joke with Holly is like, so if I die before her and we have all these cats, she's going to be known as the crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
But doesn't that make sense since you're just the crazy man?
I'm just a crazy man.
We have a cat lady around the corner. She sets up just like all kinds of things that they can play on, and they congregate there, and she feeds them. But she does follow through and neuters them or spays them, and But you go by the house. I walk my dog past the house, and he actually knows when I say, "Let's go see the bad cats," and he's like, "Let's go."
Oh, Jim, you have to bring Jim. One of these days, you have to bring the dog on. Or I don't think you've ever had the dog.
I had him on.
You had him on a while ago. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 2 people that are watching might not have seen him before. 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, the 3. Yeah. Anyway, okay. You know what? In honor of Craig Hannum. No.
Yeah, where is he? I thought he was going to be
He texted me. You got to keep a good thought for Craig. He's having some health issues from what he told me. I don't know anything specific, but he couldn't join us. Yeah, I don't think their health issues are always serious, but I don't think they're life-threatening.
Yeah.
But he shared this. I'm going to share his meme with us because I don't know when he's going to be back, and we'll just interpret it however we find fit.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Sure. And I think when you guys see it, you'll get what I'm talking about. I hope. Well, I think Alex will at least.
Okay. Let's see.
So we have all the dancers out there, and there's Ray Gunn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it looks like remember, Ray Gunn's the chick. I don't. Hip hop. The 2 on the left, I wasn't sure of, but I'm.
Wait a minute.
It's a spoof on the whole dancing, and Ray Gunn is the Australian who took last place in the break dancing.
No. It's just
break dancing.
Break
dancing. It's the Redskins to me, and it's break dancing to me.
Okay.
So I don't. We might have to bring him back on. I'm not sure who Renata Bliss and the other 2 are. Anyway.
All right, so who's commenting first? Go ahead, Alan.
Go ahead. Anybody have a comment on this? Did anybody see, other than the memes, that she's going to be the meme queen, Ray Gunn? Anybody else see her actual performance?
I haven't.
No, I saw they had the one that with her doing like the kangaroo.
Yeah, the kangaroo. I guess the judge slammed her for that.
Well, she's getting slammed because she started the breaking or breakdancing down in Australia, got herself put in there where her husband's a coach, and now there's a big fallout from that.
I'm not sure how she
I
got into
believe
breaking.
that. I believe it.
Because they didn't open it up to other people around the country. So it was
I gotcha. All right.
Kept it to a certain area of.
And she was the best female breaker out of there.
Right.
God. Siri.
So they say.
Alex, help.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What's your problem, Jim?
I
He's
said
asking for
something,
help from Alex.
and SIRI showed up, and I couldn't hear you, and she wanted stuff from me, and I was like, out. So I have a confession. Craig actually sent that meme, and I saw that, but I also saw some of the other stuff that went along with it. And
All right.
it seemed like, I mean, Alan, so what your take on it or what you've heard is that was a legit Australian breakdancer that was competing. Okay.
Yes,
but it was
that
so
was
bad that it made it funny, and that's why.
Well, yeah, she was horrible. Supposedly, I mean,
that's why. Well, I did see a little bit.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I didn't even put. Yeah, he has a.
Yeah.
He has like a 2-minute. There's a video there.
Right.
And
where she does the whole thing.
They created the whole point system and so forth, and somehow she got the most points because her husband was a judge besides the coach. And so there's a lot of things that didn't offer other individuals throughout the country to apply.
Oh, okay. So it proved that breaking is a culture thing, and a place like Australia, you're not going to have a whole bunch of high talent breakers.
Well, I think the issue is that her husband showed favoritism towards her and did not give anybody else a shot. I think that's what the people are getting at.
I can't imagine the other people were that much better than her. Maybe
no. Here's an interesting question I want to pose to you guys, and I've been thinking about this. We're going to step away from the memes for a second. There are a lot of sports in the Olympics that are subjective. Mm-hmm. Yes, they have criteria. You have to do A, B, and C. Gymnastics being one of them, breaking being one of them, synchronized swimming being one of them. The list there's a handful of them. Skateboarding is probably one of them.
All right, get to the point. Move it along. Come on, move it along.
Wow, gee, okay, Jim.
My back's starting to lock up.
That's not my problem, bro. Anyway, okay.
No, it's my back.
Problem is, do you think and in sports where there's referees and judges, do you think you should be able to challenge or protest rulings? Judges, like for example, not Simone Biles.
Jordan.
Who's the other? Jordan is going to lose her bronze, and I can't remember what the issue. There's been a lot of
4 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't even know why she was lose. I don't even know why she lost it in the first place. Why there's even a protest of sorts. My whole point is there seems to be a lot of when I say a lot, 3 or 4 types of protests to me is a lot. Or even the French are protesting the loss to the U.S. women in the basketball where they were. Should we allow that, or should we allow, as part of the game, referees and judges are part of it, and that's when you go into that game. It's like wrestling. If you miss weight by a hundredth of a kilogram, you've missed weight. That like the girl who didn't get the silver. I went there and I said,
she shouldn't even been wrestling. If she didn't make weight, you step on the scale before a match, not after.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And people were saying, "Oh, give her the silver." I'm like, no. Wrestling is 2 pieces. making weight. You can't. I think we've gotten into a culture where we've gotten things where it's like the referees are part of the game. In my mind, maybe I'm old-fashioned about it. What do you think, Alan?
I think referees, as long as they're staying neutral. I mean, as an athlete myself, I mean, I've never had a bad call unless they didn't see something. So when you bring into sports replays, that right there takes away from the game. Now you are criticizing the person that was there. Unfortunately, they may not have seen it. Also, when you're dealing with judges are corrupt, just like politicians. We had that through the 70s, 80s with the field hockey, not the field hockey, but the ice hockey, ice skating. So when you had all the different judges, they will score because they're making deals behind the back door, because then it's a taint. That award is truly tainted. If you really want to say no steroids, no drugs to enhance your thing, then you should not be allowed in the game. You should be tested prior to the coming to game, spot tested, and you're taken away from the integrity of the game. And I think a lot of the judges are doing that in itself. So your opinion is that we should be able to challenge. I guess my whole thing is the ability of challenging judgments and rulings taking away from the competition and the sport of the game.
But you got so many things going on. You like judging everything from they go to the computer to see if a volleyball hit the line or not hit the line, to judges making scores on dives, to you got so many different things you're trying to police. But like somebody already said, there's always going to be corruption, and politics and world affairs are going to show up in the Olympics.
Right. So my question. So all that being said, I get back to, personally, I would like to see you play the game as is. If the referees blow the call, we all grew up in the 70s and 80s when there was no replay, there was no video, there's nothing. You lived by what the referees. Yes, sometimes.
Listen, I don't have any problem with them going to replay and stuff to correct a referee or an umpire or whatever during a game. That doesn't bother me. But how are you going to police the people that 9.5, 10?
Yeah. Subjective. It's subjective.
Yeah, that's subjective. So,
but even if they're not corrupt,
and I'm not saying we shouldn't have sports that are subjective, like gymnastics has been around forever, and that's a great thing, and that's subjective. But some of these other things like breaking and synchronized swimming, and they're all falling under that category of subjective and being judged. I don't know. I like the old fashioned. You cross the finish line before that person, you win.
Right, exactly.
Your javelin went that far. That person's went that far.
So Jim, so if I hear you, you want sports. You were proponent to get away from the subjective rule.
No, I don't think you get away from them, but you just got to be okay with whatever. Hopefully the judges.
But I guess my whole point is, okay. So let's say.
What do you think? What do you think's going to happen if Russia ever gets back and they get Russian judges on the panel?
But
think they're going to be homers? Come on.
If it's not a majority, if they're like judge from Russia, US, China,
that's where you keep it equal. That's what they do. That's what the
that's just like the chick from the girl from Australia. She got, I forget the judge. One of the judges gave her a 0 for her thing, and they were like, "Oh, why'd you give her a 0?" But that, to Alex's point, in those that are judges, there are different countries judging across different. So you average it out, all right. And then it's just like when we were growing up in like the 80s. The Russians would hit us with a 0, then we would come back and hit their guy with a 0. Yeah. It's
there should be
just criteria.
But there is, see, that's the whole thing. In these subjective ones, there is a criteria, but what I think meets criteria and what Alex or Crazy Man does, it's going to be different. Go ahead, Alex. What do you say?
Well, okay, I say, for example, let's say for those kind of competitions where it is subjective, like gymnastics or figure skating, okay, let's say you have a pool of judges that can judge stuff during the Olympics or World Cups or competitions. And then for each and every competition, like a small one, you basically randomly pick, let's say, 6. So this way, nobody knows who's going to judge what, and it's less issues with corruption and somebody play favoritism to his country or her country. Okay, I mean, kind of like a semi-random picking of judges for each and every event. Okay, from a big pool of judges who are allowed to judge a competition. I mean, I mean, it's one of the solutions that just came up into my head. And as far as replays, for example, if we're talking about European football, or we call it soccer in the USA, right? Back in the day, used to be like really close games, like a basically like a tie game, And then if somebody,
Thanks, Chris.
Sorry, Alex. We're listening.
Chris.
We're listening.
Chris. Breaking 3, offbeat Aussie. Yeah, I think that's a movie in the making, Chris. That's very good.
Yeah.
Very
and
good.
for
Thank
example, and the game is very close, and somebody hit a ball, and ball hit the goals, and then it ended up being inside the line or outside the line, and it went back from it without, for example, that goal technology. I mean, it would be impossible to know for a fact whether it went in or not. Same applies to offsides, because game is a lot faster now. I'm talking about soccer, for example, and the referees cannot always follow the game. They run behind, and if you look at a certain angle, it could be an offside. If you look at a different angle, it might not be an offside. So, I mean, those kind of replays are, I think, important to keep the game fair, but not like each and every incident, that makes the game slower. So that's basically my opinion on the replay.
Well, I guess, when there's humans involved, we'll always deal with, human misses and I guess
then you got guys flopping.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
yeah. Well, we won't even talk about LeBron James.
No.
That's all right.
Whoa.
Actually,
What if he was a potential viewer? You just shot yourself in the foot.
That's all right. Did you see the video what he did to that kid?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That was uncool.
What happened?
He got out of a car and a kid was kind of just reaching to him, and he kind of snapped at the kid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He wanted to get a photo with him.
Yeah, with him. And it was just, I see Shaq with kids and stuff like that, and I think everybody should be like Shaq with regards to that.
Agree.
And
I agree. Yes.
And that's probably not, but it's, when a kid, if it's an adult, it's one thing, but when it's a kid, and I say a kid, he was a teenager. He was a teenager. He's
taller than you.
Still a kid. Yeah.
Everybody's taller than me, Alan. Everybody's taller than me, by the way. Okay.
No, not everybody.
Most. But anyway, that's all right. We're not a problem. But that's not. But anyway, if LeBron
that was wrong for him to do. Those are the people that buy the merchandise.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly right.
I have to go looking for this.
Yeah, it was actually. It was actually an episode during US-Serbia game where, I mean, if you look at one episode, the Serbian guy falls on his back like American guy basically elbowed him. But if you see it in a slow motion, the Serbian guy fell before he got touched. I mean, I just saw that kind of stuff and I go, well, and everybody said, oh yeah, referee was like basically, given US the favoritism. Actually, it wasn't, because, he was actually flopping the Serbian guy. I mean,
So this LeBron thing, has he made like comment on it or anything? Is he made?
I haven't.
His ego won't allow it.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
You mean? Yeah. I mean, no. All right, we're gonna take another break and we'll come back and do a couple more memes and then we'll wrap this thing up for tonight. Good conversation. Mememapalooza, exactly. Let's see. Let's get another tech tip from Alex.
Oh, some old one.
Tech tip talks about Microsoft's latest AI computers that include a special new versions of Windows that remembers everything you do on your PC. It's called Recall. and the feature is meant to help you find that web page, document, or presentations you were working on more easily. It also has some serious privacy implications. Recall takes snapshots of your screen throughout the day and then makes them searchable either through a timeline or by a keyword. Based on research that we've done, people spend 1 hour a day at work just trying to find things, said Matt Barlow, who runs Surface Marketing at Microsoft. Recall gives you basically a virtual photographic memory of everything you've ever done on your PC. This tech tip for a great show called Decade is brought to you by Alex on Tech.
Alex, thank you again. Another great tech tip.
This feature was actually pulled off because it was some privacy implications, and Microsoft made like optional. Okay, so it's not like a default.
Right.
You know, people didn't like that feature to be a default.
AI caught you saying AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Alex. I know you said it was an old one, but here's the thing: if people were watching, tech tips are never really old; they're just reminders, and new people are watching. So I have all of your tech tips on here, so we can just kind of run through just for anybody to.
I got a question.
Yes,
Have
Jim.
any of you guys ever got? I think it's an email, and they're trying to have it under the category of PayPal, and congratulations on your recent purchase of Bitcoin, like $958. No, I know that, but I'm always thinking I'm the only one getting the spam.
No, I was waiting for you to say
anybody else
you got something from a Nigerian king that will give you $3.5 million if you if you give him his bank account. No, yes, I've gotten all kinds of I don't even. If somebody's saying
I love it when they start calling and I'm able to pick up the phone and I will just nag them. Like the other day, I picked up. I said, "Alex is Big Johnson's factory. How can I help you?" Because I'm looking for. I said, "Well, he's trying out the product right now. How many inches do you need?" Click.
Now there we go. Now we just lost our good rating with YouTube.
Yes.
Because our good rating with YouTube.
Thanks, Alan.
Hey, I said Big Johnson.
You could have came up with a different metaphor.
All I know is that now we're going to get.
You could have worked cats into it somehow.
Adam and Eve is going to be reaching out to the show now. Hey, heard your crazy man wants to advertise for us. Anyway,
that's funny.
Hey, so let's look at a meme, and then I've got another Olympic question.
Oh, one more, Alex. Here's another one. They pose as the post office saying, "We've been trying to deliver a package to you. You know, call us."
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. I get it via text a lot, like that kind of stuff, like legitimately from a post office or UPS or FedEx or any of those people. Well, you just ignore them. You report them as spam, and you move on.
Report as
delete. Don't you guys do that? Doesn't your school, the county where your school is, Jim, do kind of phishing tests where they'll, like, our IT team will throw out bogus emails, and you have to basically, if Alex knows about this kind of stuff, and if you fail, you have to go to training.
Yes.
Yeah. If you click on it, and it's like basically. It's like
we have professional development on what phishing is and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it just annoys me. Dude.
Okay. Chris Brothers.
We're gonna have to bring this show to a close. We got Big Johnsons
and Chris may be the panelist. We may need Chris. You and I need to talk. You may need to come on the show now, just because if you're coming strong with those kind of comments.
Yes. I think he ought to say somebody hacked his accountant.
No, that's the opinion.
No, that's what this show's about. We don't have to agree with it. We just have to. That's wow. Whew. Okay, that was a good one.
All right, show us this meme. Let me see.
Let's look at another meme. Okay, so not crazy. I will respect you regardless of who you support in selection. I don't unfriend people due to, and that's how it should be. But the unfortunate part is this is not the
How
case.
it is. Yes.
It's not. Now, within our group, within, me, Rubio, Charles Wallace, these guys, we all have different political views, and this is what we support. We do. We love each other as brothers. We don't necessarily agree, and that's what that's what the show's trying to be about. It's and Alex on tech is I'll call you a conservative in a liberal state. You are a red guy. You are a reddish. I'm not going to call you red. You're reddish in a dark blue state.
Yes, correct. But I mean, I could be, if you say, if you want to call it liberal on some issues, like for example,
Yeah.
I'm okay with some form of abortion. Okay, not like as
Right.
a birth control, mechanism, but
Right.
but let's say there are issues with health and etc.
Right.
both mother and baby or rape. I have no issues, with that pregnancy being terminated. I mean, if it, if it comes to that, but not like, using, abortion as a form of birth control. That's
Agree.
some
Agree 100%. No, and yeah. So I think you and I are probably aligned because I kind of consider myself. I'm a fiscal conservative, but a social liberal in a sense, and I kind of see it the way you do.
Conservative.
Means I want basically means I want lower taxes, but I think we need to help those who can't help themselves. More liberal on the whole. It's basically, I think we have some responsibility to help those who can't help themselves. That's why I was bringing up the homeless. I was pushing that. We got to do something about the homeless. We can't just kind of leave them there. But what do we do?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I also, at the same time, I don't want to go and jack taxes through the roof to support them. Nor do I want to, that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, ready for the next meme?
Sure.
Jim, are you
I
ready?
thought you
Jim?
were going to go around the horn and tell all the two viewers what everybody's political views were.
No, we won't do that.
No.
Someone.
Very true.
Just remember that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put it out there, we got to take it. All right, and these next two are coming from Crazy Man. All right, that's about right. I think that should be parents asking how my life is going, and that says instead of me says teachers in prepping for school.
Well, this kind of meme actually reminds me of a few real events that I've seen happening, for example, in Russia right now, to people who are against the war, against the war that Russia did start with Ukraine. People who are protesting, they're getting beat up, and then they have to agree with stuff, otherwise they might get beaten to death. Okay, so, unfortunately. Okay, so.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ways you could, different perspectives you can take on that same meme.
Sure,
like
of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
I saw more of the, my life. I'm trying to keep my head above water. I'm keeping a positive attitude. I'll be fine. But look what's kind of standing over you. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you could sit there and say, yeah, okay. You could say, yes, I'll agree with you right now, so you don't hit me more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And yes, I mean, because I mean, think about it. And some of it, depending on what side of the fence you're sitting on currently, or both sides of the fence, that could be a liberal with a conservative standing over, or it could be a conservative with a liberal standing over. I mean,
damn, you are just all politically riled up
No,
today.
see that, and for me, that wasn't even a political thing. That's like me.
No.
yeah, I know. But I'm just
focus on the message. How is my life going?
right.
Right.
So
not the police guy pointing. Get over there before I kick you in the head again.
Yeah, and the guy says, he says, get over there.
Yeah.
You sure? You could say, "You ready to go again?"
Yeah, he could be, and he could be. Yeah, I am ready. Just let me wipe the blood from my face. Yeah.
Or maybe he's pointing to where the paramedics are all parked.
So now for our last one, comes from Crazy Man, but it's probably the funniest. Short of Alex's, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's true.
It's true because this is, and I think we can all relate, and hopefully the 10 people watching now.
Oh, nice.
Well, let's stay on another hour. Woo.
Yeah, we have 3. We have, along with my godmother, we have Bill Geyser. Thank you, Bill, for joining, and my sister watching via Instagram, and then we have 7 others on here. But here it is. I think we can all relate. Yep. What's this idiot done now? It says basically, what's that idiot done now? So, whose guardian angel can relate to that?
Yeah, when I was a lot younger, not recently, that's for sure. Now, having an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, that brings back the angel part. I hope. Yeah.
Here's the thing. See, they don't know you well enough, Alan. It's like not in the sense that just doing bad stuff, but just doing I wish, you know what, if next time we have the picture of you jumping over the fire pit.
You're jumping, right? I do physically doing feats. You're doing.
Yeah, he's 100 years old.
He needs a guardian angel for that.
Yes, and the guardian angel is,
I'm thinking more on the lines of when I was like 23 years old and partying it up and stuff like that.
I still act like I'm 23, or actually.
We won't talk about that though. But anyway, guys, that was our last meme. We'll kind of wrap the show.
We won't talk about what? We won't talk about what? What did you mean by that?
What? No,
but we won't talk about that.
I was just talking about us all getting older. And doing crazy stuff.
For yourself.
Because if you don't talk about it, it's not really true. Right. Like my birthday.
And actually, what's that? It's like like I got involved. Alan has to go. Alan has to report to school tomorrow for the first day.
Tomorrow's your first day. Mine's on my birthday, August 28th. We've never gone that early, ever.
Alex and I have been working all through the summer, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I worked. I did some PD
you know
classes.
what, Ed? You said that to me earlier. I tell everybody the same thing. If you want to be a teacher, go ahead, buddy. You had that choice.
Alan,
the same way I get jealous. Hold on, I get jealous of the realtors that are making millions, and I'm like,
no, I couldn't do real estate.
But you have to remember, Jim, our contract is for a year. So we do all our work in like 230 days. So we work before we get paid.
Yeah. You have to work.
You
have to work 230.
Anyway,
I think it's more like 215.
I'm gonna talk to you. Yeah. No.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us.
Let's make it an hour. Come on. You got a minute and a half. Come on, Ed.
What do you want? All right.
Okay. Let's talk about your future background behind you. I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you something. Will you display it?
You can't see it right now. I've got something back there. I'll show it next time.
You got everything fuzzed
blurred.
out.
Yeah, I got it blurred right now because I'm trying to see how the light's doing better this time.
You're blurring out the darkness behind you.
Now I got a light going.
But you do have to go through darkness to the light.
Yeah, that's true.
Alan, you got a faux background going on, so come on. Rubio would have kicked me off if when we were on the network. He would have been like.
But here's the thing. I'll tell you this much. That is Alan's background above his desk in his house.
I believe it's part of his house. That's a great.
Yeah, that is
idea.
What I'm telling you, and what I said to him, I said you need to keep the picture is his community ambassador. I said his big noggin's right in the way of it. That's the one that's
nobody's noggin's as big as yours.
So, Jim, you wanted to stay on another minute and a half to make fun of my head.
No, Alex was about to say something. I'm sorry, Alex. I cut you off.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was gonna tell a joke that involves guardian angel. Okay.
Perfect.
Basically, one guy he bought himself a nice sports car, and he took two of his friends for a ride. So, and he's like driving like 80 miles per hour, and one of his friends says, "Well, can you pull over? I want to get off. You're driving too fast." And the guy goes, "Well, I have my guardian angel. Nothing gonna happen to us." "Well, still pull over." So he pulls over. One of his friends leave. He keeps driving. Now he's driving 100 miles an hour. Okay, and the second friend kind of gets scared. Goes, "Hey, please pull over. I'm afraid we're gonna crash. You're gonna crash the car." "Hey, don't worry about it. I have my guardian angel. Preventing anything from happening." So he still pulls over, let his second friend off, and now he's driving 120 miles per hour. And then he feels like somebody's touching his shoulder. It was his guardian angel.
Alex, you're hilarious.
That's good.
I thought there was going to be somebody in the car and their name was Guardian Angel or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was
Hey,
actually.
did you see the? I saw. We should do that. Could be a topic, Ed. We could talk about names. I saw a person today. She was a female golfer in the U.S. Amateur final. Asterisk.
Huh,
You sure
okay.
That's her
how
first name. That's her first name.
asterisk, like the little star, like little thing on your
Maybe
keyboard?
it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
Or was it
ISK. Maybe it was IK. Like maybe they took
Right.
the S out.
Oh, different
Asterisk.
spelling.
Yeah.
Huh.
We could do unique. We could always do unique names.
Yeah. But even the idea of like, what's up with names in America? Like, what happened?
Guys, we have a spreadsheed for
Alan,
topics.
Alex, what happened? Yeah.
You can always send them to me. Topics.
Okay.
Send them to me. Let's do.
Yep.
I know. I know. I got.
We also talked about selecting a viewer topic.
Right. Yeah.
Let's
we
get
could do that too.
something out. Let's get something out earlier than the day of the show and see if we can stir some business.
Yep.
All right, you and I, we got work together.
Hey Jim, why don't you, Jim, you just tag Decades in any kind of post that you do, man.
Right.
And it's we got social media aplenty. I love your ideas. You have the great ideas. Now let's execute.
Yeah.
And the rest of the team will.
It's just like Nike.
Will
just
jump
like
on.
Nike. Just
do it.
Just do it.
I mean, I do.
Stop talking about it. Do it.
I do the best I can, and you come and you say we should do this, and I'm like, yeah, we should.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
you know
do
what,
it.
Jim? You don't even have to ask me or Rubio or Alan or you just, if you put something out there and say, hey, we need a Decades
Speaking
thing.
of which, Guy's latest Tripping Through Transformation was awesome with Randy. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. It was great.
It's excellent.
Really good.
Check it. Yes.
Excellent.
I want
He's-
to, Alan.
he's-
I'm going to look
he's-
into. I'm going to talk to Randy. He does some anti-bully bullying stuff.
He'd be great. He'd be great to have it
see
for
if
your
he
school.
could do something virtually in
Yeah.
my school. You know,
That would be great.
put him up
especially-
on the big screen.
Yeah.
He starts talking about playing professional football. You're going to hook in the part of our population that really needs to hear it. So,
Yep.
I'm telling you, you should also talk to Rubio, get him on a serious, and he's got a lot of long snappers that are in the NFL that can, or college or major college. I mean, Alabama, Georgia, shit like that. It's
yeah.
ask him.
My golfing buddy, his kid, Joe Cohen's kid, went to Rubio's camp.
Oh, right.
What?
Oh, nice.
How did that happen? Yeah.
Small.
You know, I told you John McCauley's two boys went there.
Yes.
I mean, that was kind of crazy when he reached out to me and said that. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We didn't work in. We really should have worked in a little bit more mental health stuff. So I'll work on that too for next week.
Thank you.
Excellent, Jim. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you want to help set the tone, set the what we're talking about. More the merrier, man. More the merrier. And tell Kyle So Kyle,
Kyle, I hope you're out there. He really
work is
wanted to be on,
great,
but
sometimes it's more important
work
to be with us.
He hustles. No, he's.
No, I know. He's kidding. I'm Kyle. I'm messing with you. If you're watching, I'm not.
Yeah.
You do you.
No, he definitely wants to be on again. So.
I know.
Yeah. All right,
anyway, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, we are a collective for of the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching, the 10 out there that were watching us tonight. Remember to please like, subscribe, share, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We appreciate all of you. Until our next time, we are out of here. And remember, it's good to have the hard conversations.